we've just arrived in Cebu. It's just a quick 1 hour flight from Manila. And yeah, you can either get a taxi, which was, I don't know how much it was, but we decided to get the bus, and it runs straight into the city centre and is only 50 pesos each, which I think is very, very, very reasonable. Yeah, but we've just decided to come walk up the road to this food market. So hopefully it's good. We've been to a few food markets in Manila and they haven't been up to scratch really. So fingers crossed that this one's better. Let's go. So I decided on some tuna, grilled tuna, and it was $1.90. All of this for $1.90. So, very good.
Can you explain what it is?
So this is like the traditional rice, I think. What is it called? I don't know what it's called. I'll insert it here. But you know, you like open it like this and then eat it with your hands. Okay. So in the Philippines it's just very normal to eat with your hands, but I guess post-COVID and maybe that you're out and about, they give you these gloves to eat food. It does actually make it a little bit harder to eat with your hands, but I already know, and all my childhood is practicing with eating with my hands, so I'm very good at it.
I've gone for a La Vienne, it says right there. Let me take a bite. That's nice. I know, someone's drawn on my pasty. I'll have to work through it though. Tasty. It's like mincemeat inside. A little bit spicy, not too much though. Yeah, it just looks like a deep fried Cornish pasty. It's nice. It was 42 peso, which is 60p, not too bad for Cornish pasty. Bit of fibre in Cornwall, wouldn't it? Good morning everyone, we're in Cebu City and we've been staying in Mural's Hostel. Can you guess why? Any guesses? I have no idea. But we're in Cebu City and we're only here for one full day, so we're going to try and head into like the touristy bit, hopefully. I'm going to get a jeepney and see what that's like. The traffic doesn't seem as bad as in Manila, so fingers crossed. So let's see what we can see. So we just got off our jeepney from our hostel and it was a bit of a rush, so we didn't film ourselves getting on. But the good thing about the jeepneys in Cebu City is that they've actually got route numbers on the top, so it's a bit easier to do and work out where they're going. But it was so stupid, like 15 peso each for a 20-minute journey, but it's a bit awkward. You're sort of all passing your money along the seats, and we picked the wrong seat. We're right near the driver, so we're all passing the money along, passing all the chain along. But we're here now in Fort San Pedro. We're in Fort San Pedro in Cebu City at the moment, and this was where the Spaniards built a fort basically to protect themselves from the natives. And so the Spaniards first came with Magellan, and then they didn't come back for another 40 or 50 years or something. But when they came back the second time, the natives were a little bit less friendly. So they had the Spaniards obviously were invading, and so they built this fort to try and defend / attack the natives. And it's been here ever since. I think it's been in use, you know, ever since then for different things. There's not much here though. I learned most of that information just off two signs that are down the road. And it was just 30 pesos to get in, and there was some really interesting art by a local artist, as well as, you know, it's pretty cool seeing these walls. Although it's quite small, this obviously would have been a giant, massive structure 500 years ago. But obviously with things built up, it's quite tiny. So Cebu City is known as the Queen City of the South of the Philippines, and I think it was like the first city, but it was definitely the place where the Spanish first made contact. And when they first came, they brought this statue of Santo Niño, which is basically a statue of the baby Jesus, and kept it on the island ever since. And there is a famous festival that goes on in January, which we're planning on going to. But also, very excitingly, Cebu is known as the home of LECHON, and that's what I'm really excited about. And our plan, fingers crossed, is to find some lovely LECHON today.
Come to Yap San Diego, which is an ancestral house. Not entirely sure when it was first built, but it's really interesting actually. It's like taking a step back into the past. Yeah, it's got loads of different stuff from history. I'm guessing it's this family here. Yeah, it's really interesting. There's obviously some bits that remind me of our house in the province, but then...
Some bits remind you of your house in Northampton.
Yeah, some bits remind me of the house in Northampton as well. So, yeah. Let's carry on having a look. So there are bits in this house that are really old, and also some more modern things as well. Like they've got some dolls that look a bit like Barbies.
And the wireless.
And the radio, and some American trunks, I'm guessing.
They lived here.
They were here during the war or something, so.
It'd be a bugger to clean and dust all these multiple objets in the house though. So we've just been into the Yap San Diego house, which was built in like the 17th century by some silk merchants. Now, just a really interesting example of an old house in Cebu. So now I think, unfortunately, it's raining, so it might have to be a little bit of mall time. We've come to Colon Street, or Colon Street, and it's supposed to be the oldest street in Cebu. It's not much here though, so let's go find something else. Opinions?
Yeah, it's just like every other street in the city, sort of.
We've come now, we've done it, tick.
So we've come to the House of LECHON. And Cebu City, or Cebu in general, is known for the best lechon in the country. We decided to come here to the House of Lechon to try our first bit of Cebuano lechon. We did try it in Manila, so let's see if the Cebuanos can do it better. So lechon is traditionally served at celebrations like birthdays, Christmas, and things like that, but now I think it's a bit more of an everyday thing for a lot of Filipinos. So it is a whole roasted, spit roasted pig on the spit, and the skin is like glass. It's supposed to be really, really crispy. So let's see if it can crack my teeth.
I'm very excited to eat lechon. Although we've tried to make something similar in the UK, I just don't think it's the same as when it's the whole big pork. Sorry if you're a vegetarian anyway.
So here I'm going to try this piece of skin, my first bit of Sobrano lechon. Can you hear that crack? It's like glass.
Now it's my turn for some crispy lechon belly. I know it's got a nice crunch and then a really satisfying bit of fat underneath. That's all right. So that was amazing. It was different than how we cook pork in the UK. Like the skin wasn't bubbly at all. It was really thin and like really crispy, like a cracker, but obviously fatty as well. And the pork was really nice and like just really tender. It was funny when we first ordered like a small portion of pork and rice, and the waiter brought it, and he looked at us. He knew we didn't order enough, and so we had to like double the portion. But I'm glad we did, because I'm very satisfied right now. And so I wish we could bring lechon to the UK. That's all I can say, really.